Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at LEGO Star Wars set 75431, the 327th Star Corps Clone Troopers Battle Pack. We're going to take a look at the build, the minifigures, and then an overall review of it. This set cost me around £35, roughly, so we're also going to take a little bit of a look at the value. 258 pieces isn't the worst. You do get 4 clones and 3 droids, as well as a couple builds. I think the box art looks fantastic. They're keeping with the newer style of the black greebling in the corner. I think it looks great. On the top, it showcases one of the clone troopers, and then on the back is a more full art version of the battle scene. This set does come with 3 numbered bags, as well as 2 different instruction booklets, and if someone wants, they can scan that code there to get my points. Let's take a look at the separatist stuff first. We'll have a look at the spider droid. So this itself was a very simple build, albeit quite fun. The 4 legs are built exactly the same way. It sits on a clear 2x2 round piece on the bottom there to allow it to sit, and then the legs also adjust so it doesn't tip over. It's got a little cannon on the front which you can move up and down as well, and the eyes are slightly adjustable, very slightly, but I don't believe it's designed to be that way. With this set, to be honest, you're not getting too much in the way of builds. It is more of an army builder than a set display piece. That being said, the droid is nice enough. The legs are a little bit flimsy, but it's not the end of the world. That's all we've got really for the separatist build. Okay, now let's take a look at the clone walker, but first we're going to take a look at this little turret here. It's a very basic build using 4 or 5 pieces, and it uses the stud shooter on top. Honestly, I don't understand LEGO's obsession with the need to put stud shooters in absolutely everything, but this is here for some reason. We all know how it works, nice and simple. You put the stud in the top there, you push the lever, and it doesn't want to fire. Let's try again. Bear with me. There we go, got it to work in the end. Now if you do lose the studs, it does come with 2 spares as well. Taking a look more at the walker build, it's a decent size. The yellow and grey colour scheme is very unique and quite striking for Star Wars. Let's take a look at it. Okay, we'll start at the feet and make our way up. It was quite a fun build. They're quite blocky on the feet to give it a nice amount of sturdiness, and I like the use of these bits here that are on the kind of adjustable length here, so you can angle it a little bit more, give it just a tiny bit more posability. It is on those kind of snapping joints just here. Let me spin it around so you can see. So you can adjust the pose of the feet. There is also another one just at the top here, so you can adjust the legs as well. Following it up, you have some of the yellow dish pieces here, which add a nice colour, along with the grey piece, the corner tile, just to kind of give it a little shape. The build on the legs are the exact same on both sides, so it's just a mirrored build, nothing too special, a little bit repetitive but quite fun as well. Moving up to the seat here, you do have a printed piece for the kind of screen. Everything else that you see, like the side and the front, is all stickers. Unfortunately, you have a nice place for one of your clones to sit down, which is nice enough. Spinning it around, you have a couple clips on the back to attach their kind of weapons, so while they're sitting, they don't have to carry a gun in their hand. That's quite nice. I like when they do stuff like that. Fantastic. Again, same thing around the other side, is the exact same build. Taking a look from the front here, you can see we've got 2 different stickers that go down, and then another sticker just there. Yes, I'm aware the stickers aren't centered, please don't hate me. And then once again, we have another stud shooter. Yay. I understand the appeal is for kids, more playability, but I'm just not personally a fan of them. I think the build is solid enough, especially compared to some of the other walkers that we've got in recent years. I think it absolutely does the job for a battle pack build. Now that we've taken a look at the builds themselves, let's have a closer look at the minifigures. We're going to start with the Super Battle Droid. Now this is the same kind of one they've been using in sets recently. I think it looks great, but there's not too much to it. So it is posable, obviously, in the hips. There is a clip attachment there, and then attachments for the two arms just here. Because of the way that they make the feet with the kind of open back, it does tend to fall off a little bit easier than other minifigures. Other than that, I think the droids look great. I mean, they've used pretty much the same mold for the B1 and the B2 forever. They know what they're doing. These are absolutely fine. And like I said, you do get 3 of them in this set, which is quite nice. Next, we're going to take a look at the 327th Clone Troopers. You do get 4 of them in this set, and one with slight difference, which I will show you as well. Starting at the feet, I do like the feet printing. That looks very nice. The leg printing looks great. Sadly, it is a printed waist cape, though I've seen a lot worse printed, to be honest. Spinning it around, we've got no side leg printing, no arm printing. We have some great detail of the kind of colour markings coming off there on the yellow on the torso. I think this looks great. They look a little bit more heavy duty than normal Clone Troopers, but I think this looks awesome. Moving up to the helmet, again, you've got a couple scratch and scuff marks, which really makes these characters feel kind of lived in, which is amazing. Around the back is the same kind of design as a normal Clone Trooper, but you just see a little bit more yellow peeking through. They do give you a pauldron in this set, which is quite a nice addition as well, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Removing the helmet, it is just the classic Clone Trooper face, which they've put in many sets at this point, so nothing too special there, no variations or anything like that. Now, the one differentiation in these figures is that one of them does get the very cool antenna piece. This is a new piece. It's not the kind of soft plastic that you get in the little bag. It is a specially molded hard plastic piece there, which is a bit stiffer, attaches I think just a little bit nicer. Looks nice in the grey, but I'll be excited to see how it looks in the other colours there. Other than that, the figures are the exact same. Unfortunately, you don't get enough of the antenna pieces to give it to all of the minifigures, but I'll show you how many you get later. Okay, let's start with the good. So, with this set, I do love the fact that you get 7 minifigures and 2 pretty solid builds for £35, $40, around that kind of price range. The builds are substantial enough that they look okay in a display, and they are great for playability as well. I do wish we got a little bit more for the Separatists and it wasn't so clone heavy, but considering some of the other sets in this wave, I don't mind too much. I also do like that the pauldrons are molded, they are plastic, they are not cloth. So that is a nice thing as well, because they're not going to get bent. Same thing with the antenna piece, it's not going to get as damaged or lost as easily, which is quite a nice thing. For the bad parts of this set, I do have to say, not the biggest fan of the Separatist things. Like I said, I wish there was a bit more. I wish we got kind of different droids than the battle droids, the super ones, because we've got them in a lot of sets recently. I was hoping for something a little bit different, something to make the droids stand out a little bit more and make it seem not so one-sided, because it's clear that the clones are the star of the show here. Okay, and now we're going to talk about the ugly. I think it's both good and ugly, but we're going to talk about the pauldron piece. Like I said, it's very nice that this is plastic, that this is molded on and can't get damaged. However, I think the colour matching is terrible. I get this meant to be a bit darker, but it's very kind of opaque and you see a lot of the black underneath showing through. Because they printed it on a darker colour, it's just not as strong. Really, that's kind of my only major complaint. I'm not one for, oh, this is inaccurate, this doesn't look amazing. I think they look fine. It's just slightly off-coloured, I would say. These are the spare parts that you get with the set, nothing too special. You do get a couple more of the antenna pieces, so you can give them to a couple more clones, but sadly one of them won't have it. This is also the size of the sticker sheet, which isn't too bad for a set like this. All in all, I definitely think this set is worth the price, and I'd probably recommend anyone thinking about it to pick it up kind of just for the minifigures alone. Plus it does pair nicely with a couple of the other sets that we've got coming out in this wave. If you have enjoyed my review, if you have any thoughts, please leave a comment below, but if you have enjoyed it, please subscribe, leave a like, because all of that stuff helps me greatly. Thank you very much, and until next time.